All right, greetings, magical friends, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Brittany. I am so grateful and excited that you're here. I haven't made a YouTube video in a really long time, and I'm so excited to be back. This is actually my second time recording this video because the first time I did it, I actually cried and had a breakdown in the middle of it because I put so much at stake. Like this is supposed to be the video that puts me back on schedule, lets people know like, hey, I am on YouTube still. Hey, I am still making stuff. Hey, I am still trying to help and possibly change and transform your life for the better. And I had put so much pressure on myself when I filmed that I just kind of like shot myself in the foot and I couldn't do it. So I am embracing all the imperfections of the setup, all the stuttering that I'm going to do, all the messing up that I'm going to do, and the pain that I'm going to go through as I edit this because I haven't edited myself talking in such a long time. I'm embracing that and moving forward because I believe in myself and I believe in the goals that I'm trying to achieve. And funny enough, that's what this video is about. So earlier, a couple weeks ago, I'm not exactly sure when, I went through this period of doubt. I'm collecting failures in my life and I think that's so necessary to being successful, is actually like having some failures to learn from. But at that point, those failures, they just kind of strung together and they seemed kind of overwhelming in a way that was very discouraging. And I had trouble believing in myself. So I wrote these tips to myself. I inherently know that what I'm doing, that I have a noble goal, that I should still keep trying and I should never give up. And I just wrote these tips for myself to remind myself of that. And then it turned into a blog post, which I'm turning into a YouTube video because I think that's a hyper efficient way to take care of this. And I also love making videos, and this is, I thought, the perfect opportunity to get back into YouTube. So thank you so much for watching. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about self-efficacy, what it is and why I believe it is the foundation to your success, whatever it is you're trying to achieve: weight loss, career change, being a magical girl, whatever it is. I think self-efficacy, believing in yourself, is so important to that. So I'm going to give you 4 tips to improve that and make progress towards your goals and have a happier, healthier, more magical life. So thank you so much for watching, and let's just start with the video. All right, so the first thing I need to talk about is what is self-efficacy. That's such a fancy word. It's such a mouthful to say efficacy. It's basically the belief in one's own ability to succeed. So like if you believe that you can do this or whatever it is, that's your self-efficacy. To me, that is the most important factor into whether or not you're going to achieve your goals. Because think about it, why would you ever take action towards anything if you didn't believe it was possible? Like, would you try and fly right now? Like, would you jump out the window to try and fly? No, probably not. Hopefully not, because you don't think it's possible, yeah? But if you thought if it was possible for you to get into college or to meet somebody or to lose 10 pounds this year, if you genuinely believe that, how much better would the action that you take towards that be? Like, you would actually like do something. Or if you didn't believe it was possible, like if you didn't think you could ever learn a language or ever sing or ever learn to deadlift or whatever it is, like why would you ever try? Whenever you set goals, you want to do a self-efficacy check. Like, do I believe this is possible? And then if you still want the goal, but you have trouble believing in yourself and your ability, I do have these tips here that are meant to address that. So stay tuned if you believe in your goals, but not necessarily in yourself. Also, I want to say that self-efficacy is not the same thing as motivation. To me, motivation is a feeling that you can ride that makes taking action easier. They can be related, there can be some correlation, but it's not the same thing. Self-efficacy is the inherent belief in your ability to succeed, inherent belief in your success and your likelihood of achieving your goals. Whereas motivation is like, I feel like going to the gym today. I feel like doing 10 laps or whatever. It's a feeling that you can ride and it goes away. Self-efficacy, even if you struggle with it, like I was struggling with it earlier, it is this kind of, it's here to stay. It's just a belief. Motivation is a feeling. Self-efficacy is a belief. So here is my first tip to keep you going. Oh, maybe I put the laptop here so there's a little light on this shadow cast face. Blow up your past success. And what I mean by this is use your past accomplishments as a pep talking point. What have you achieved in the past that you can use as leverage or just as inspiration? Like, oh, I can do this. Like anything. Like, did you graduate high school? Like, remember how hard it was, like junior, senior year? You got through it. You got to the end. You can get through stuff. Or if you, God, if you ever survived a breakup, that's something that you can get through it. And the thing about with these things, sometimes you get through things and you don't know how it's going to happen. Like I had no idea like how I was going to end up here in Australia, living with my boyfriend, traveling, living abroad, speaking another language. I didn't know any of that thing that was going to happen when I aspired to it, but it did. When you have trouble believing in yourself, maybe you have trouble picturing it's happen, like it's ending, it's fruition, it's mode of coming into life. Maybe you have trouble with that, but just remember that in the past, you haven't always known how things were going to work out, but they've always worked out. They've always turned out in a great or better way. So trust yourself and the world and the way that things play out in your favor, and that you're going to make the most out of it no matter what. So yes, so blow up your past success, realize how things have worked for you in the past and how they are still working for you now. Tip number 2, set really shitty goals. I'm just kidding, but technically you could. If you had trouble believing in your ability to run a mile, maybe set yourself a goal of running 100 meters or something like that. That's something, but I'm not here to talk about changing your goals or lowering your standards in order to believe in yourself. That's not really believing in yourself. That's selling yourself short. On the contrary, set exciting goals that inspire you. Now, they shouldn't stress you out. They should inspire you. And if it stresses you out, if the goal stresses you out, realize it might not be the actual goal that stresses you out. It's the how am I going to do it? How is it going to happen? Where am I going to get the money for that? Where am I going to learn how to do that? How do I going to make time for that? Think about the goal. Set a goal that excites you. When you set a goal, it should have a little, like a little spark, or like your heart skips a beat or something like that. Something that like this gasp of potential, because that little feeling right there is your belief in yourself. You're like, yes, that's possible for me. And then your mind comes in and it's like, oh wait, but how are you gonna blah, 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 blah. Set exciting goals and realize that whenever, I've talked about this before, whenever you set a goal, you're really making an attempt to change the type of person you are or create a certain type of lifestyle. So it's not necessarily like, oh, I wanna make $100 million. Think about, I wanna have financial freedom, or I wanna not worry about paying bills. Or it's like, oh, I wanna become a fitness model. Maybe your real goal is something like, I want to feel confident in my body. I want to feel sexy when I go on dates or wear a dress. I want to feel strong when I go to the gym. I want to feel confident when I walk in there. Whatever it is, set a goal, whatever it is, and then understand why it excites you and pursue that. And as I'm going to link a video as well about why it's important to have a vision in addition to a goal. And please watch that. That's going to make that tip make a lot more sense. Tip number 3 is to break it down. So I mentioned in the previous point that sometimes a goal, it can be hard to believe in yourself or in your goals when you can't picture how it's going to come to fruition. Like you just can't picture this, your goal is point Z and you're at point A, and you cannot picture B through W, X, Y, B through Y. But one thing you can do, and this is different, this is not setting the bar lower. This is breaking your goal down into something that's a little bit more digestible for your self-efficacy and for your brain and your life to like get behind, like, yes, we can do this. Because imagine, like I mentioned the $100 million goal previously, like, if you've never had $100 million, can you really picture having that goal? No. Can you picture something lower? Can you picture $1 million? Can you picture $100,000, $1,000, whatever? Break your goal down into something I don't want to say realistic, but in terms of your current consciousness, realistic. By breaking it down, the real point of that is to create a strategy that you can get behind. So if you can't picture how the heck am I going to make $100 million, or how the heck am I going to become a fitness model, break it down into something a little bit more something that you can actively take action towards, yeah? Just think, okay, like, how can I increase my income by X amount of dollars this year? How can I create another source of income that could possibly bring this much money? How can I start eating healthier? How can I start educating myself on fitness or nutrition or posing or beauty or whatever it is that you need that comprises that bigger super goal? break that down and focus more on the smaller aspects of it, just because it's more digestible and it's easier for you to get behind. And maybe you can't see yourself, you believe in $100 million, or you believe that you could be a fitness model, but you can't quite get behind that final picture right now. Break it down into like a sub, like a middle step or something, and then get yourself behind that. Because I mean, you have to hit $1 million to hit $100 million anyway, so just get behind that goal first, and then you can expand and move on. It's like warming up and like training your self-efficacy. And the fourth and final tip, which I think is the most effective, is to take action towards that goal. Now, this is a great follow-up to the previous tip, because the previous tip was about breaking down your super goal into goals that you can more easily get behind, even though you're not giving up on the bigger goal. You're just kind of taking it step by step. Take action towards those goals. It is so much easier to believe you can run a marathon if you're running. It is so much easier to believe that you can lose weight if you're taking care of your nutrition. It is so much easier to believe that you can meet your soulmate if you're putting yourself out there and you're feeling good. Take action towards your goals. You're not going to start believing in yourself, whining about it, or even, and you know, I have vision boards, and I have little meditations and little affirmations that I say, and they are great reminders of my goals. They motivate me to take action, and the action is what motivates me to believe in myself. What gets me to believe in myself. It is a positive feedback cycle. When you take action, you believe in yourself. And when you believe in yourself, it's easier to take action. When you're taking action, it's easier to believe in yourself, and it just like feeds each other. Similar actually to motivation. So take action, prioritize forward action, take action. You could always self-correct later. Just do something that brings you one step closer to your goal and will help you in turn believe in yourself, and then take more action towards your goal. All right, and that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching this video, especially if you're here at the end. I hope that means you liked that video, so please hit the thumbs up button. It will help me personally and algorithmically as well. These are just 4 tips that I want you to just do something now. Do one of these actions today, whether that's redefine your goals, pep talk yourself based on what you've done in the past, breaking down your goals into something more actionable, or even better, taking that action towards your goal and start believing in yourself. There's a reason you set these goals. There's a reason that you want them to happen, because there's something that you believe about them and you believe about your ability to achieve them. So I want you to just stick to that. Even if it gets tough, just kind of rally yourself up there and go do it. Yeah, I believe in you because I believe in me. And if I'm out here on YouTube, even though I just cried last week trying to film this video, I'm sure you can do whatever you're trying to do as well. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video and checking out my channel. If you like this video, obviously I just mentioned like it. If you have anything to add or questions, please leave a comment below. I love engagement. And subscribe if you want to see more, because I am going to be making more. That's all. Thank you so much. Have a happier, healthier, and more magical day. Bye-bye.